Every second, the Sun fuses 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium. A teaspoon of the Sun's core would weigh as much as a mountain. Mercury's surface can swing 600 degrees Celsius between day and night. Venus spins east to west, while almost every other planet spins west to east. Earth's orbit varies slightly every 100,000 years, shaping ice ages. Mars's sky is pink by day and blue at sunset. Jupiter's magnetic field is 14 times stronger than Earth's. Saturn's rings may be younger than the dinosaurs. Uranus has 27 known moons named after Shakespeare's characters. Neptune radiates twice as much heat as it receives from the Sun. Pluto's surface gravity is just 6% of Earth's. Dwarf planet Haumea spins so fast it bulges like an egg. Comet tails always point away from the Sun, not behind their path. Asteroids sometimes travel in pairs, binary asteroids. Earth captures tiny moonlets that orbit for a few months, then drift away. The Sun orbits the Milky Way every 225 million years. Our solar system is currently moving toward the constellation Hercules. The Milky Way contains at least 100 million black holes. Supermassive black holes can power quasars visible across the cosmos. Colliding neutron stars create gold and platinum. Gamma-ray bursts are the brightest known explosions. Some galaxies travel away from us faster than light because space itself expands. The universe may contain more planets than grains of sand on all Earth's beaches. The night sky we see is ancient light, some over 10 billion years old. Space smells faintly metallic due to atomic reactions on suits and tools. Astronauts grow up to 5 centimeters taller in microgravity. Sound cannot travel in space, but radio waves can. The International Space Station circles Earth every 90 minutes. There is enough water frozen on Mars to cover its surface 11 meters deep. Meteorites from Mars have been found in Antarctica. Cosmic rays constantly pass through your body, harmlessly. Stars twinkle because air layers bend their light unevenly. The Moon recedes 3.8 centimeters farther from Earth each year. Solar storms can paint auroras thousands of kilometers from the poles. Earth's atmosphere burns up about 40 tons of meteoroids daily. Sunspots are cooler, magnetically intense regions on the Sun. A coronal mass ejection can envelop Earth in charged particles in hours. Space debris travels 10 times faster than a bullet. A single orbiting paint chip could puncture spacecraft metal. The cosmic background is the afterglow of creation. Stretched into microwaves, Earth formed from cosmic dust clumping under gravity. The planet's magnetic field once flipped every few 100,000 years. Earth's rotation slows about 2 milliseconds each century. The Moon's pull causes ocean tides to bulge on both sides of Earth. The Pacific Ocean is shrinking while the Atlantic grows wider. The tallest waterfall, Angel Falls, drops 979 meters in Venezuela. The Nile River flows north because of Earth's slope, not geography. The Dead Sea lies 430 meters below sea level, Earth's lowest exposed point. Iceland sits directly atop a spreading tectonic ridge. Volcanic lightning forms when ash particles collide and charge. The strongest recorded earthquake shifted Earth's axis slightly. Mount Everest grows about 4 millimeters taller each year. The Grand Canyon reveals nearly 2 billion years of geology. Sand is mostly weathered quartz crystals. Desert mirages are real light bent by hot air layers. Snow can fall at temperatures slightly above 0 degrees Celsius if air is dry enough. Antarctica once supported tropical forests. The Amazon rainforest releases so much vapor it makes its own rain. The Sahara produces dust that fertilizes the Atlantic Ocean. The hottest sea on Earth is the Red Sea. up to 33 degrees Celsius. Coral reefs shelter 1/4 of all marine species. The Mariana Trench is deeper than Everest is tall. The ocean covers more than 70% of Earth, but remains 80% unexplored. Blue whales communicate across entire ocean basins. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping to avoid drifting apart. Earth's atmosphere filters out most meteors smaller than 10 meters. Lightning strikes Earth about 100 times per second. Thunder travels roughly 3 seconds per kilometer of distance. Hurricanes spin counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. Tornado wind speeds can exceed 480 kilometers per hour. Clouds can weigh thousands of tons, but stay aloft by rising air. Fog contains millions of microdroplets per cubic meter. The aurora's colors depend on which gas is excited. Green from oxygen, purple from nitrogen. Rain smells fresh because of a compound called geosmin. Volcano ash can cool the planet by blocking sunlight. Trees exchange gases through microscopic pores called stomata. Some seeds need fire to germinate. Mangroves filter salt through their roots. Peat bogs store more carbon than forests. Permafrost thaw releases ancient microbes. Glaciers move under their own weight, carving valleys. The Arctic Ocean freezes each winter and partly melts each summer. Earth's albedo, its reflectivity, determines climate balance. Ocean currents act as planetary conveyor belts for heat. The deepest known cave, Veryovkina, descends 2.2 kilometers into Georgia's Caucasus. Fossil pollen reveals ancient ecosystems. Solar energy hitting Earth each hour could power humanity for a year. Wildfires can create their own lightning. Earthquakes can change river courses permanently. The biosphere extends from ocean trenches to mountain peaks. All life shares the same genetic alphabet of A, T, C, and G. A single human cell performs millions of chemical reactions per second. Your heart generates enough pressure to shoot blood 9 meters high. Nerve impulses move faster than 300 kilometers per hour. The stomach's mucus protects it from self-digestion. Human eyes blink about 4 million times per year. Your body replaces about 1% of its cells daily. DNA repair enzymes fix thousands of breaks each day. Each person has a unique microbiome like a fingerprint. The brain's memory capacity may exceed 2.5 petabytes. The smell of cut grass is a plant's distress signal. Humans are bioluminescent, but 1,000 times too faint to see. Hair grows faster in warm weather. Tears of joy and sadness differ chemically. The liver can regenerate even after 75% damage. Skin microbes vary between elbows and armpits. Sharks have been evolving for over 400 million years. Crocodiles can live more than 70 years. Hummingbirds have the highest metabolism of any vertebrate. Sloths need a month to digest a single meal. Bees can detect electric fields around flowers. Ant colonies act as superorganisms, sharing chemical messages. Octopuses use coconut shells as portable shelters. Cuttlefish change color faster than a blink. Penguins recognize their mate's voice among thousands. Elephants can distinguish human languages. Dolphins sleep with half their brain awake. Some fish can walk on land briefly. Axolotls can regenerate their spinal cord and heart. Tardigrades survive boiling, freezing, and radiation. Fungi form underground networks spanning kilometers. Mycelium can transport nutrients between trees. Bamboo forests grow faster than any other plant ecosystem. Orchids mimic insects to attract pollinators. Venus flytraps count touches before closing, a primitive memory. Some plants release chemicals that summon insect bodyguards. Algae generate more oxygen than all rainforests combined. Coral polyps build limestone skeletons 1 millimeter per year. The oldest known living animal is a 500-year-old clam. Whales accumulate earwax layers like tree rings. Each marks a year. A single drop of water contains about 1.5 sextillion molecules. An atom is mostly empty space. Its nucleus is 100,000 times smaller than the atom. Quantum fluctuations briefly create virtual particles. Gravity travels at the speed of light. The Planck length, 1.6 times 10 to the negative 35th meters, is the smallest measurable scale. Time flows differently for observers moving at different speeds. Supercooled liquids can stay unfrozen below 0 degrees Celsius. Sound can make flames dance by compressing air. Water is densest at 4 degrees Celsius. That's why lakes freeze from the top down. Glass is an amorphous solid. Its atoms move slower than glaciers. Diamonds conduct heat better than most metals. Carbon nanotubes are 100 times stronger than steel. Hydrogen peroxide foams because oxygen gas escapes. Sodium and chlorine are deadly alone, but vital as salt together. Oil floats on water because it's less dense and hydrophobic. Liquid nitrogen boils violently at room temperature. Plasma TVs were named after the fourth state of matter. Entropy increases in all closed systems. A march toward disorder. The Doppler effect shifts sound and light frequency with motion. Pressure and temperature determine a substance's phase. Einstein's E equals mc squared means 1 gram of mass equals 90 trillion joules. Lasers emit coherent light waves all in step. Magnetism and electricity are two faces of the same force. A supernova releases more energy in seconds than our sun in its lifetime. The Higgs field gives particles mass. Every action produces an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. Momentum is always conserved in a closed system. Black holes radiate slowly via Hawking radiation. Quantum tunneling powers the sun's fusion. Neutrons outside nuclei decay within 15 minutes. Matter and antimatter annihilate into pure energy. Dark matter reveals itself only through gravity. Cosmic background neutrinos outnumber atoms billions to one. The visible spectrum is just 0.0035% of electromagnetic radiation. Cryogenics studies materials below -150 degrees Celsius. Absolute zero has never been fully reached. Superconductors expel magnetic fields, the Meissner effect. Fractals repeat patterns infinitely on smaller scales. Lightning's temperature can exceed 30,000 degrees Celsius. A candle flame's blue base is hotter than its yellow top. The first photograph took 8 hours to expose. The first electric battery was invented by Volta in 1800. Telegraphs sent dots and dashes across continents. The first computer bug was an actual moth stuck in a relay. GPS works because satellites carry synchronized atomic clocks. Fiber optic cables transmit light through glass strands thinner than hair. 3D printing began as rapid prototyping in the 1980s. Robots can now perform single-cell surgery. Quantum computers use qubits that can be 0 and 1 at once. Machine learning models can predict protein folding. CRISPR was discovered in bacteria as an immune system. Stem cells can develop into any body tissue. Nanobots are being tested to deliver cancer drugs precisely. Solar panels made from perovskite reach record efficiency. Wind turbines can power 10,000 homes each. Hydrogen cars emit only water vapor. Smart grids reroute power instantly to prevent blackouts. Electric aircraft reduce airport noise drastically. Reusable rockets have cut launch costs by 90%. Space telescopes detect exoplanet atmospheres for signs of life.
The Sun accounts for 99.86% of the solar system's mass. Solar flares can disrupt radio communications on Earth. The solar wind stretches far beyond Pluto. Mercury has no moons or rings. Venus is the hottest planet, even hotter than Mercury. Earth's orbit is not perfectly circular. It's slightly elliptical. Mars appears pink because of dust in its atmosphere. Jupiter's gravity protects Earth from many comets. Saturn could float in a large enough ocean due to its low density. Uranus emits little heat compared to its size. Neptune's dark spots are massive storms. Pluto's surface contains frozen nitrogen and methane. Comets come from the Oort cloud, far beyond Pluto. The Kuiper belt contains thousands of icy bodies. A light year measures the distance light travels in a year. The nearest galaxy, Andromeda, is approaching us. The Milky Way rotates every 250 million years. Our galaxy contains about 200 billion stars. The center of the Milky Way emits radio waves. A black hole's event horizon marks the point of no return. Supernovae create elements heavier than iron. Neutron stars are so dense a teaspoon would weigh billions of tons. Some pulsars emit beams detectable from Earth. Magnetars have magnetic fields billions of times stronger than Earth's. Cosmic dust reflects starlight in nebulae. Stars form when gas clouds collapse under gravity. Protostars ignite when fusion begins. The Sun formed 4.6 billion years ago. The oldest known star is more than 13 billion years old. Red giants are dying stars running out of fuel. White dwarfs are stellar remnants cooling slowly. Black dwarfs will form after trillions of years. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old. The Big Bang was not an explosion, but an expansion. Space is not empty. It's filled with particles and radiation. The cosmic web connects galaxies with filaments of dark matter. Dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe. Gravitational waves stretch and squeeze space itself. Time moves slower near strong gravity. Einstein's equations predicted black holes before they were found. Earth's magnetic field deflects solar radiation. Magnetic poles drift and sometimes reverse. The core of Earth is hotter than the Sun's surface. The crust beneath oceans is only 7 kilometers thick. Continental crust averages 35 kilometers thick. The oldest continental rocks are over 4 billion years old. Volcanoes release carbon dioxide and water vapor. Earthquakes often occur along tectonic plate boundaries. The Himalayas are still rising by a few millimeters per year. Erosion slowly wears down even the tallest mountains. Sedimentary rocks record ancient environments. Fossils form when minerals replace organic remains. Limestone forms from compressed marine organisms. Sand dunes migrate with the wind. Coral reefs thrive only in clear, warm water. Mangrove forests act as natural storm barriers. Ocean tides result from the moon's gravity. The Pacific Ocean contains over 25,000 islands. The deepest ocean temperature hovers near freezing. The Gulf Stream warms Western Europe. The Antarctic ice sheet holds about 60% of global fresh water. Permafrost traps greenhouse gases like methane. The ozone hole appears each spring over Antarctica. Volcanic eruptions can cool Earth for years. The jet stream moves from west to east. A single thunderstorm can contain more energy than an atomic bomb. Lightning can strike the same place multiple times. Hurricanes are fueled by warm ocean water. Tornadoes are most common in spring and summer. Fog occurs when air cools to its dew point. Clouds form when vapor condenses around particles. Rainbows appear when light refracts inside raindrops. Sunlight scatters blue light more, making the sky blue. Sunsets appear red because light travels farther through air. Seasons are caused by Earth's tilted axis. The equator receives consistent sunlight all year. Earth spins eastward, causing day and night. Leap years keep calendars aligned with Earth's orbit. The biosphere includes all living things. Fungi recycle dead organic matter into nutrients. Forest canopies create their own microclimates. Wetlands filter and purify water naturally. Coral reefs protect shorelines from waves. Algae produce half of Earth's oxygen. Volcano ash enriches soil fertility. Glacial ice traps ancient air bubbles for study. Groundwater provides drinking water for billions. Earth's gravity keeps the atmosphere in place. Mountains influence wind and rainfall patterns. Lightning helps fix nitrogen into soil. The average adult has about 10 trillion cells. Each cell's DNA could stretch 2 meters if uncoiled. The human genome has about 20,000 genes. Your heart pumps about 7,500 liters of blood daily. Red blood cells lack nuclei to carry more oxygen. Platelets help blood clot after injury. The brain uses 20% of the body's energy. Neurons transmit signals with electric pulses. The spinal cord connects the brain to the body. The cerebrum controls reasoning and language. The cerebellum manages balance and coordination. The hypothalamus regulates hunger and temperature. Hormones travel through the bloodstream as messengers. The immune system distinguishes self from non-self. Bones continuously remodel themselves. Muscles contract using ATP energy. Tendons connect muscles to bones. Ligaments stabilize joints. The liver filters toxins from blood. The kidneys regulate salt and water balance. The stomach digests food with acid and enzymes. The intestines absorb nutrients into blood. Skin acts as a barrier and cooling system. Hair protects and senses movement. Fingernails grow about 3 millimeters per month. Human eyes can detect a candle flame 48 kilometers away in darkness. Tears contain natural antibacterial enzymes. The cornea is the only part of the body without blood supply. Earwax keeps the ear canal clean. The average person blinks about 15 times per minute. Taste buds regenerate every 1 to 2 weeks. Humans have about 600 skeletal muscles. The smallest bone is in the ear, the stapes. The femur is the body's strongest bone. Babies have more bones that fuse over time. The average lifespan of a skin cell is 1 month. Humans share 60% of DNA with bananas. Your microbiome influences mood and health. The appendix may help repopulate gut bacteria. Humans are one of few species that blush. Bats are the only mammals capable of sustained flight. Dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors. Parrots can understand simple concepts. Elephants mourn their dead. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. Jellyfish have existed for over 500 million years. Sharks detect electrical signals from prey. Some whales sing across entire oceans. Penguins use stones to build nests. Bees dance to communicate food location. Spiders recycle their webs daily. Ants farm aphids for honeydew. Frogs absorb oxygen through skin and lungs. Chameleons change color for communication, not camouflage. Fungi can glow in the dark, bioluminescence. Trees form underground root networks with fungi. Some plants release toxins to deter competition. Venus flytraps snap in less than a second. Some flowers turn toward the sun during the day. Bamboo can grow up to 90 centimeters per day. All matter is made of atoms. The atomic nucleus contains protons and neutrons. Electrons orbit in energy levels. Each element has a unique number of protons. Isotopes have the same element, but different neutron counts. Radioactive decay releases energy and particles. The half-life measures decay rate. The periodic table organizes elements by atomic number. Hydrogen is the simplest element. Helium is produced in stars. Carbon forms the backbone of organic chemistry. Nitrogen makes up most of our air. Oxygen supports life and combustion. Sodium reacts violently with water. Chlorine disinfects water but is toxic alone. Iron rusts when oxidized. Copper conducts electricity efficiently. Gold is nearly chemically inert. Mercury is liquid at room temperature. Platinum resists corrosion and catalyzes reactions. Pressure increases boiling points. Cold lowers molecular motion. Energy transfers through conduction, convection, or radiation. Sound needs matter to travel. Light travels fastest in a vacuum. Reflection changes direction, not speed. Refraction bends light through lenses. Diffraction spreads waves around obstacles. Interference patterns show wave behavior. Red light has the longest visible wavelength. Violet light has the shortest. Ultraviolet causes sunburn. X-rays penetrate soft tissue. Gamma rays are emitted by nuclear reactions. Electric current flows from high to low potential. Magnetism arises from electron motion. Magnetic fields create north and south poles. Superconductors have zero electrical resistance. Friction generates heat energy. Work equals force times distance. Kinetic energy depends on mass and speed. Gravity accelerates all objects equally. Mass curves space, creating gravity. Entropy measures disorder. Energy and mass are interchangeable. Time dilates at near-light speeds. The uncertainty principle limits measurement precision. Quantum entanglement links particles instantly. Bose-Einstein condensates behave as one superatom. Fusion combines atomic nuclei. Fission splits them. The first digital computer was built in 1945. Transistors revolutionized electronics. Integrated circuits miniaturized technology. The internet began as a military project. The first smartphone appeared in 1992. Wi-Fi uses radio waves to send data. Bluetooth connects devices over short distances. GPS relies on atomic clock precision. AI systems can now compose music. Machine learning improves with data exposure. Drones assist in agriculture and mapping. 3D printing builds structures layer by layer. Nanotechnology manipulates atoms for design. CRISPR edits genes by cutting DNA strands. Artificial organs are 3D printed for transplant. Self-driving cars use sensors and AI. Solar panels convert light into electricity. Wind turbines harness atmospheric motion. Hydroelectric dams turn falling water into energy. Nuclear plants use controlled fission. Fusion reactors promise nearly limitless power. Smart grids balance renewable energy. Satellites monitor deforestation and pollution. Quantum computers solve problems classical ones cannot. Robots assist in deep-sea exploration. Space probes visit asteroids for samples. Wearable tech tracks health metrics in real time. Virtual reality simulates environments for therapy. Augmented reality enhances surgery precision. Lab-grown meat reduces carbon emissions. Hydrogen fuel powers zero-emission vehicles. Smart cities use AI to manage infrastructure. AI predicts weather patterns with supercomputers. Nanobots may soon repair cells internally. Carbon capture plants pull CO2 from air. Electric aircraft are entering test flights. Robots construct buildings autonomously. Ocean drones monitor coral bleaching. Exoplanet telescopes search for biosignatures. Space agencies are testing engines for Mars travel. The Sun's corona is hotter than its surface. Mercury's orbit slowly shifts due to relativity. Venus has days longer than its years. Mars's thin atmosphere lets cosmic radiation reach the surface. Jupiter's gravity affects orbits across the solar system. Saturn's storms can last for centuries. Uranus radiates less heat than it receives from the Sun. Neptune's interior likely contains diamond rain. Pluto's mountains are made of ice stronger than rock. The Kuiper Belt holds clues to planetary formation. Earth's core spins slightly faster than its surface. The crust moves about 2 centimeters each year. The deepest humans have drilled is 12.2 kilometers, only 0.2% of Earth's radius. Volcanoes exist beneath the ocean, unseen. The Amazon releases more moisture than any other ecosystem. The Arctic reflects more sunlight than forests or oceans. Lightning strikes the Empire State Building about 25 times a year. Antarctica is technically a desert. The moon stabilizes Earth's tilt, preventing wild climate swings. The Pacific Ring of Fire hosts 75% of the world's volcanoes. Your stomach replaces its lining every 4 days. The brain processes about 60,000 thoughts daily. The liver performs over 500 known functions. Blood plasma is 90% water. Your DNA could stretch from Earth to the sun and back hundreds of times. The human body glows faintly in the dark, too dim to see. Bacteria outnumber human cells roughly 10 to 1. Some whales live longer than 200 years. Birds have hollow bones to reduce weight for flight. Frogs freeze solid in winter and thaw alive in spring. Light travels slower in glass than in air. Absolute zero is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. Helium becomes superfluid near absolute zero. The laws of physics are identical everywhere in the universe. Every second, the sun emits more energy than humans have ever used. Quantum particles can exist in multiple states until observed. Gravity bends time as well as space. Sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air. Pressure increases by 1 atmosphere every 10 meters underwater. Energy cannot vanish, only change its point, only change its form.